What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I got a little bit of a different review for you today. This is not my norm. I'm slowly but surely getting to the Airmax thing. I got a couple of them, maybe like 8 or so pairs. Got a special one I picked up, I think, a week ago, but let's check it out and get right into it. First off, we got the box. I say it all the time in my Jordan reviews. I love a special box. Right here, we got the Liverpool Football Club insignia with the LeBron James, the King James also logo. Man, King James, that's my guy. Same thing with the rest of the box. We got the SFG, which I'll get into that in a minute. And we got the YNWA right here on this side, which I'll also get right to in a minute. Size tag reads Air Max 1 PRM, which I'm assuming means premium. Let me know down in the comments if I'm right about that or not. Summit white, black. Open this guy up. We got a slide out box. Again, I love a nice touch. Slide out box. Slide out box. Slide out box. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to present to you the Air Max 1 LeBron James Liverpool Football Club. Yes, indeed. Now, you guys got to excuse me because typically I talk about the shoe, tech specs, materials, all that other stuff, then I talk about the shoe. But with this particular case, the Air Max 1, I am a complete novice at. I'm going to give you my just off-the-cuff thoughts about it, materials, the colorway, all that other stuff, a little bit of history from what I know, and then put you guys on feet, call the video a wrap. Now again, you got the Air Max 1 silhouette, one of the most popular Air Max silhouettes of all time. Taking a look at the bottom, you have what looks to be a green and then the lighter green pad on the bottom. Again, I'm not quite sure what this traction pattern is called, but I think the Air Max was actually designed for running initially. So I guess this is for grip while running. You guys let me know down in the comments below. Coming up to the midsole, I do know about this. You got that big bubble there, and this bubble is the Air Max in the Air Max 1. I think this was the first time maybe a see-through or a visible air unit was put on a shoe. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but here it is. Now, of course, this is March. This is Air Max month. And I believe we have the return of the actual OG, the big bubble Air Max 1 coming soon. I'll talk about that in a bit. But again, you have that visible air unit here with this nice cream color or maybe just a little bit of a sail colored midsole. Coming up, you have a nice premium black leather mid, or I guess mud guard. I'm not sure if the terminology is the same on the Air Max 1, but you have this, kind of mid here with this nice premium feeling leather. And I'll be honest with you, it looks like it's pretty pliable to the touch. I'm gonna scoot forward a little bit, see if you guys can see some of that pliability, but this is actually nice. And the reason why it's not giving so much is because the paper is on the inside, and we're gonna go ahead and take that out, use the laces, and there you go. There you go. Plush, 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 pliable, pliable, pliable. That same nice feeling, smooth, buttery leather is also on the upper here, as well as on the swoosh. And to be honest, the green actually feels a lot smoother than the black does itself. As for the rest of the shoe, you have what is par for the course. You have a nice mesh white part here on the toe, as well as on both the lateral and medial sides of the shoe. Up around the collar, you have the same kind of deal, that mesh feeling material, as well as on the interior of the sock liner itself. As far as the laces go, there's no additional laces, but you have a complementary, nice white standard flat cotton lace. And lastly, you have a nice kind of thick-ish tongue with the mesh material on it. Same with the kind of, I guess, reddish mesh material on the back with the Nike check logo, as well as the saying Air Max. The interior insole of each shoe is different. Hopefully the camera will pick this up, but on the left shoe, it is the Liverpool Football Club insignia again. It looks like maybe a phoenix or some kind of bird there. Again, I'm not the biggest soccer club fan, so forgive me. And on the right shoe, you do have LeBron James, or one of LeBron James, I think like 3 logos, just the LeBron James one itself. As I mentioned, I was going to talk about what the initials stood for on the box, and on the back tab, you have the initials on each one. The left shoe has SFG, which is again a slogan of LeBron James that says, "Strive for greatness." Again, that's a slogan that he writes on his shoes as well as some of his apparel. And speaking of slogans, we have the chant or the slogan for the Liverpool Football Club, which is YNWA. You'll never walk alone. That's one of the slogans, again, of the Liverpool Football Club. Now, as far as the actual colorway is concerned, I believe it's based off the third jersey, the third stadium jersey, as they call it in Liverpool, the Liverpool third stadium jersey. It's got the green motif with a little bit of the red, or this hot red. It's such a vibrant, dynamic red. I can't really describe it that well, but this is one of the things on the actual jersey itself, and it really complements that jersey really, really well. Of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention that the Air Max 1 was created by the legend himself, Mr. Tinker Hatfield, way back in 1987. Tinker was the architect, the literal architect of the Air Max 1. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of the first projects that Tinker worked on, in addition to, you guessed it, the classic iconic Air Jordan 3, which as we know basically saved Nike when it comes to having Jordan as part of their roster. We've heard stories that the Jordan 2 didn't quite resonate well with Mike, and when Tinker came along with this design, the rest is history. I guess you can kind of somewhat see the similarities between these two silhouettes, again being both Tinker inspired, including the bubble, which is, I guess it wasn't even the first time the bubble was used. I want to say the bubble came out in 79, maybe with the tailwind. Interesting fact about that bubble, which again I believe came out in 79 with the tailwind, was designed by a NASA scientist, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. So as far as the shoe itself is concerned, unfortunately, that's the depth of my knowledge. I mean, that's all I really know about Air Maxes. Like I said, I am a Jordan fiend, as you guys can see, but I love the Air Max. It's definitely a versatile shoe and one you can pick up and wear easily on the go. Now, the connection between LeBron James and Liverpool Football Club is an easy one. LeBron James is in fact a part investor in Liverpool Football Club. Sometime around his Miami playing days around 2010, 2011, LeBron invested $1.2 million of his own money to become a 2% stakeholder in Liverpool Football Club. Now, the reason for that is I believe LeBron does have an interest in soccer, in European football. And LeBron is very brand loyal, most parts. I think he's a Yankees fan, but sometimes he can be a Boston Red Sox fan. But you know, LeBron kind of does what LeBron does. But that being said, I believe the Fenway ownership group, the people who actually I think own the Boston Red Sox, they also have, I think, the majority or complete owners of the Liverpool Football Club. So again, LeBron being a fan of that area and possibly of the Fenway ownership group, he decided to invest his 2%. Now, as I mentioned, that 2% was worth $1.2 million at the time at the valuation. Flash forward to almost 12, 13 years later, that football club is now worth somewhere around $4.4 billion, making LeBron's total investment up to $83 million. LeBron James made a lot of money in the last 14 years. Now, overall, like I said, LeBron James is my favorite player. That's not to diminish anybody who's come before him, including the great Michael Jordan. Jordan Brand just knows how to make some damn good shoes. That also being said, I do love the latter part of LeBron's line. The 17, 18, 19, 20s are some of my most favorite LeBron James silhouettes, as well as a bunch of other colors from the 8, 9, 10s, 11s, and 12s. Like I said, Air Max 1s are some of the most versatile pick up and go shoes that you can imagine. The homie Air Max Trend on Twitter, he has a bunch of those joints, man. I think he has like 400 pairs of these, so I definitely get it. I don't know if I'm gonna go that Air Max crazy, but I can definitely see me amassing a nice collection of these in the long run. Like I said, this one was gonna be short and sweet. My breadth and depth of knowledge is kind of low when it comes to Air Max. I'm gonna do better, y'all. But I promise you, I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys on feet, let you know what they look like. Until the next one, I have been Jay Shoe Fanatic. This is the Air Max 1 LeBron Liverpool Football Club collab. Strive for greatness, y'all. We out of here. I can smell it. Oh, the original cut. There it absolutely is. I might like it better than the 2020 version. So I'm right. And I had to have